Now live at 5, new details tonight as the Minnesota National Guard prepares to help stall flooding near the border. Plus,
as sandbagging continues up here in northern Minnesota, we show you some of the community's youngest members lending a helping hand.
And later, debris from all this flooding is making for some dangerous boating conditions. Experts share tips for making your next trip out on the water a safe one.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Briggs LaSavage. Kristen is off tonight. In the next 24 hours, Minnesota National Guard soldiers will head north to help stall rising floodwaters. Tonight, we're learning 45 of them will be from the Duluth-based 1st Battalion 94th Cavalry Regiment. They're heading to northern St. Louis and Coochin counties, where the Rainy River Basin is expected to crest next week. You can see just how bad the situation already is there. The Minnesota National Guard previously helped with flooding response in those areas back in 2014. Water is expected to rise above those record levels they saw back then. And as the International Falls area waits for that help to arrive, some of the youngest community members have been stepping up to stop the flooding. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham stopped by Cary Park in International Falls today and shows us how some students are lending a huge hand.
Right now, I'm here at Cary Park in International Falls, which has really been the base of all the sandbagging efforts here in Coochin County, and I really want to highlight what's going on here. There's people of all different backgrounds here, people from community organizers, local leaders, neighbors, and community members all coming together to kind of make this happen. But there's one group I really want to highlight in particular, and that's this group right here behind me. So I'm here with Superintendent Kevin Grover of the International Falls School District. Kevin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Awesome. So can you explain to me kind of what we have going on back here?
Well, the district was approached and asked if we could have some volunteers to come down and help the sandbagging process about a week ago. So we organized, and we have about 3 classes every hour that come down and sandbag for an hour or so and are making a huge difference for this community.
Yeah, so talk to me just about how much that difference has kind of made here in the sandbagging efforts.
It's making a huge difference. Again, there's a lot of volunteers, a lot of companies and people that have given back, but when the students leave, it makes a huge, there's not a huge amount of people left here. So the 40, 50 people that can come, students that volunteer each hour, it just makes the world a difference, and the community is nothing but thankful.
Why is this so important, I guess, kind of for the community to see the support coming from some of the youngest members of the community here in High Falls? I
think it's a great way that the school doesn't get to give back a whole lot. The community has been so supportive over all the years I've been here, and so in an unfortunate time, it's a great way for the kids to be able to give back. Doesn't cost us a whole lot. They get to get out of school for a little bit of time, but it's a great way to give back and help the people that support us all so often.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So just really an amazing effort coming from some of the youngest members of the community here in High Falls. And you can really see the effort going in, all over just behind me from all these different people from all walks of life. So, we'll talk more about that coming up tonight later. But for now, I'll throw it back to the studio.
Sandbagging is around 65, so this help is much appreciated. Sandbagging efforts in both St. Louis County will continue. And tonight we're learning a tornado touched down just outside of Duluth earlier this week. Here's a live look at the damage in Rice Lake Wednesday night, where the National Weather Service confirmed this afternoon an EF0 tornado hit. The twister's wind speeds were estimated to be around 85 miles per hour at the time. Dave, it's certainly been an interesting mix of messy weather this week. Tornadoes, flood warnings, even a frost advisory in effect for some of us.
Indeed. Boy, that tornado sure was a surprise. We didn't see that on the radar that night, but the damage pattern over 3 miles indicated it truly was one that did touch down. Luckily, just an EF0, and so it just twisted a few trees. No reports of any people being harmed. But yeah, kitchen sink weather here. We've got frost for some places, floods for others. Flood warning continues at least until next Wednesday for borderland, the Red River, Cloquet River, and the Aitkin area. And now inland northern Minnesota has a frost advisory tonight as we slowly lose our low pressure systems and slowly gain a Canadian high pressure system. So as those twin lows depart the picture here, they are going to be kicking up a little shower chance. That just might stick around through tomorrow afternoon. But by Sunday, the high pressure should fully take over, and though it'll be cool, it should be sunny. Tomorrow, probably cloudy with those sprinkles. So tonight, mostly cloudy, maybe a few sprinkles. 37 the low temp here in the Twin Ports. 32 possible up in northern Minnesota. 50 for a high. Saturday is about 15 degrees shy of normal and still a lingering shower chance. We talk about when the next warm-up could come our way. It's an iffy proposition. That's in a few more minutes.
Duluth school staff will soon be back to wearing masks. The district announced that starting Monday, all staff will be required to wear masks inside district buildings. The decision comes after district leaders consulted with county health officials. School officials say the district has seen an increase in COVID cases in the past 2 weeks, and they hope this move allows students to enjoy their last few weeks of school without missing out on any activities due to COVID. And health experts recommend St. Louis County residents wear masks indoors again as COVID case numbers reach a point we haven't seen since February. The county is reporting an average of 112 cases a day over the last week. The CDC considers this level of spread high, and they base that on hospital admissions, ICU patients with COVID, and weekly case numbers. As always, get tested if you're experiencing symptoms or if you're exposed to someone who has COVID. President Biden has arrived in Asia for meetings with new leaders in South Korea and Japan. National security interests highlight the president's trip, but the economy will also be a major talking point. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
President Biden arrived in South Korea for his first trip to Asia since taking office. The administration has said focusing on the Indo-Pacific region and countering China's influence is a key foreign policy priority.
So much of the future of the world is going to be written here in the Indo-Pacific over the next several decades.
President Biden is meeting with South Korea's new president before heading to Japan for his first face-to-face meeting with their new prime minister. Both new leaders campaigned on strengthening ties with America.
It's actually been a long time since an American president made their first trip to the region and had both the Japanese and Korean leaders so positive and forthcoming about cooperating with the U.S. and with each other.
President Biden's trip to the region comes as U.S. intelligence indicates there is a very real risk that North Korea could test another ballistic or nuclear weapon.
We are preparing for all contingencies, including the possibility that such a provocation would occur while we are in Korea or in Japan. We are coordinating closely with our allies in both Korea and Japan on this.
The president is also stressing economic cooperation during a visit to a semiconductor plant. The ongoing shortage of microchips is one factor that's driving global inflation.
Spotlight the need to secure our critical supply chains so that our economy, our economic, and our national security are not dependent on countries that don't share our values.
Samsung announced it will build a similar plant near Austin, Texas, hoping to begin production in 2024. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
$1 million in the new plant. Still to come on Live at 5, Trail by Trail is back, and we've got a report from the Redhead Mountain Bike Park in Chisholm. That's coming up next.
For 14 years, and I'm reaching my breaking point. Educators are exhausted. Minnesota conservatives have been underfunding education for years.
Now Republicans in the legislature want to give tax breaks to large corporations and the wealthiest Minnesotans at the expense of our schools.
Our students and educators like me are paying the biggest price.
Tell Republican legislators to put our schools first.
At Your Home Improvement Company, we stand behind our windows and our installers. Our windows are energy efficient, maintenance free, easy to clean, and come with a double lifetime warranty. We qualify all our installers in our training center so you can be sure that they have the skills to make sure your project is done right the first time. We are offering 50% off labor and no interest, no payment, and nothing down until 2024. Call today for an appointment tomorrow. Your Home Improvement Company, where it's your home made better.
Numi Jewelers is a full-service jewelry store ready to help you find the perfect piece or design your own. With our custom design services, we work with you to create the one-of-a-kind piece of your dreams. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
You ready?
My favorite moment was this walk down the leg.
Tonight, we are dancing through the decades.
Hashtag throwback.
Hashtag God help us.
I think this performance.
That's the first time that's ever happened on this show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot one thing.
A new Come Dance With Me tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
When it comes to sports, there's one guy who's dunking on the competition. For all your local sports, Duncan Goldberg. Evenings on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News, live at 5. Here's a live look at Park Point tonight. A pretty chilly day to certainly take a dip into Lake Superior, so hopefully you weren't considering that. Dave will be in with your weekend forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. Safety tips and regulations for your ATVs and UTVs, plus a conditions report from Redhead Mountain Bike Park in Chisholm. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, trail by trail. We start things off in Wisconsin tonight with some registration reminders as trails are already open in parts of our region. Last summer, the state legislature amended the definition of a UTV, or utility terrain vehicle. It now allows vehicles up to 3,000 pounds to be eligible for registration. ATVs, or all-terrain vehicles, can be registered up to 900 pounds. Registration must be displayed on the rear plate, and a reminder to any Minnesotans thinking of heading over, you will either need a non-resident pass or a non-resident 5-day trail use receipt. And next we head to Minnesota with some ATV safety reminders. For those ages 10 to 15, they must complete an online course and a hands-on safety course. After passing both of those courses, kids can then print off their certificate from the DNR, and it will become valid when they turn 12. Those older than 16 only need to complete the online course. In our region, classes are filling fast. The next open field day class is on June 4th in Beauvais. A reminder, those under 18 are required to wear a helmet, and seatbelts are required if available on your model. And we wrap up in Chisholm with a mountain biking trail report from Redhead Mountain Bike Park. All 25 miles of trails opened last Saturday, and they tell us trail conditions are good, but there are still some soft spots that they need to dry out. They ask riders to be cautious of those areas. The trails are maintained by volunteers with the Iron Range Off-Road Cyclist Group. Redhead is open to biking, hiking, and e-bikes, just no throttle bikes. Water recreation will open in June, and trails are open from dusk to dawn, 7 days a week. And while many trails across the region are still drying out, if you or someone you know is a part of a local ATV club that's getting ready for the season, send us a report. It might be featured as we go around the Northland, trail by trail. Still to come on Live at 5, from land to the water. It's National Safe Boating Week, and we've got some tips for water safety, all coming from the Coast Guard.
High temp today, 62 degrees, almost to the normal of 65. Hard to believe that tonight it's going to get cool enough for a frost advisory for about a third of our region. We'll show which third that is coming up right after our break.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
There's a feeling you get when old meets new, the past meets the future. It's not comfortable, but it feels good. Duluth Pack, since 1882.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
7 days ago, this was all well above water. We tell you what some of the locals are dealing with and how the community is responding here in northern Minnesota coming up.
My latest calculations indicate a cool down is coming.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, let's talk about rain totals, because even though the rain showers are slipping away slowly, we did get a bit of rain after midnight last night. So we eye up things towards Aiken, where another 1/4 inch has fallen, 1/3 of an inch here in the Twin Ports, and towards Two Harbors as well. Another 1/10 fell in the Ashland area, Hayward 2, and close to a 1/10 for Ironwood. Now, with the last couple days worth of rain, Wisconsin and Michigan, they've been playing catch up on those high fire dangers that they've had there. And the high fire danger we had in Minnesota just a couple of days ago, well, I noticed the Smoky Bear sign on Highway 4 today said low fire dangers. So we've been grinning and bearing it with the rain and doing sandbagging, but at least it is beneficial in at least one area. So one problem has been put to bed while we tackle another. Isn't that the nature of our beasts around here? Current conditions at the airport in Duluth, 61 degrees, not bad, partially sunny. Westerly, southwesterly winds running 22 miles per hour, relative humidity 50%, and our air pressure is still low despite those peaks at the sun at 29.45. And that's because those twin lows that brought last night's rain are still within the vicinity, keeping the clouds up and maybe even some sprinkle chances going through tomorrow afternoon, even though Canadian high pressure is slowly working its way towards us from the northwest. And what it's doing, of course, as it gets closer, is knocking our temperatures down. Look, it's already towards International Falls, 42 there, only 39 for Baudette, but still decent for the Iron Ranges. The Mesabi's in the 50s, so's the Vermilion, down towards east central Minnesota, 63 degrees. Even up the North Shore, temperatures aren't so bad today, and we have a lot of 60s in Wisconsin, even 65 in Superior, 63 to 65 for the UP. So a little bit of a warm-up today, should be knocked down tomorrow with the advent of higher pressure from Canada. Like I mentioned, it's moving slowly, so we're not chasing away the clouds as rapidly as we could, but boy, we sure are chasing the temperatures downward. Cool enough again tonight for northern Minnesota to get a chance for a frost advisory. So here's the twin lows. There's the cool conditions coming behind. What we have right now from those twin lows and that connecting front, there's a few sprinkles that are popping up in northern Minnesota, just outside of Duluth right now. And Wisconsin has had a few, so has the UP. 30% chance you'll get more tonight and through about 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. But then the lows finally get out of range. Clouds linger on Saturday in the wake of those lows, but then the high finally gets here in full force by Sunday and brings back some sunshine, which we hold on to till about Tuesday or so. Then we get our next rain chance. Well, we talk about if it's a big one or a little one here now with the 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, mostly cloudy sky. Low temps pretty close to freezing north of the Iron Ranges and south of the border country, so frost possible there. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, mid to upper 30s. That should put away the frost trouble, but it is so early. I don't know if too many people have their gardens in yet. I know mine's not going in till first weekend in June. I never put that risk to bed. 20% shower chance tomorrow for Wisconsin, Michigan, highs in the 50s. 30% shower chance tomorrow for Minnesota, highs 47 to 52. The normal's supposed to be 65, and maybe we get there next Friday. Oh boy, a week till normal. So cooler than normal till then, Briggs. Some showers tomorrow. Semi-decent Sunday. It may be cooler than normal, but it will be sunny. And then we hold off on rain, hopefully allowing flooded places to dry out till midweek next week.
I almost put my hat and mittens away, but I didn't because I knew this was coming. I sure knew it was. And it looks like, you know, we might even want those tonight if you're heading out.
I think we're proving your point, Briggs.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. A Twin Ports nonprofit is honoring the people who make our waterways flow. The Duluth Superior Maritime Club held its annual National Maritime Day celebration this afternoon at UWS. Congress created this day back in 1933 to honor the merchant marines and those who move goods on the Great Lakes. The club's president says today's event celebrated the people who keep our waterways running, a job that doesn't always see the spotlight.
This is just something that we don't necessarily see. It's not the train blasting the horn at night. It's not the over-the-road truckers, all of whom contribute tremendously to the transportation of goods. But this is a day to really highlight the mariners.
The club's president says this year's event was particularly special, with the USS Minneapolis-St. Paul set to be commissioned in the port tomorrow. And the U.S. Coast Guard is reminding boaters to practice safety measures, especially with all the debris in the water right now due to recent flooding. National Safe Boating Week starts tomorrow. Officials say with more inexperienced people buying boats because of the pandemic, they worry people will be reckless. The local Coast Guard has a few standards you're asked to follow before you head out on the water.
You have to have your boat registered in whatever state you live in. You have to have display of numbers on the side of the boat so they can be visible from a ways away.
The Coast Guard also says you're required to have the same number of life jackets in the boat as the number of people on board. They also stress never to drink alcohol and drive a boat. If you need an inspection on your boat, there are several units throughout the Northland, including in Duluth, Bayfield, and International Falls. Still to come, a week after the Buffalo supermarket shooting and a year after the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act becoming law, the Justice Department is laying out new steps to combat hate.
It's Home's Memorial Day sale with a large selection of in-stock furniture on sale up to 30% off. Plus, get no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing, and free shipping during the Memorial Day sale, only at Home Furniture.
Before you buy a used vehicle, checking the brake fluid, engine mount, cooling fan, transmission fuel injector, brake pads, coolant, wheel liner, battery, software updates might not be on your list, but it's on our list of 172 inspection points performed by Ford factory-trained technicians on every gold-certified Ford Blue Advantage used vehicle. Plus, with Ford Blue Advantage, get our 14-day or 1,000-mile money-back guarantee to ensure peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle. Search conveniently, buy confidently. It's used car buying that's built for you by your Ford dealer.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep. We do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Hello, spring. Hello, savings. Now at Arrowhead Supply. Save hundreds with a free leather upgrade. Or get $300 off stressless Mike and Max motorized recliners with a soft rocking motion that provides instant comfort. And $300 off the new 50th anniversary retro stressless Royal recliner. Available with the iconic stressless original base. Shop Arrowhead Supply in Duluth and Virginia.
It seems like everyone has an idea on how to spend Minnesota's $9 billion surplus.
But as educators, we know that one voice needs to be heard above all others. Students. And yet, after decades of underfunding, they're the ones who have suffered the most. Increased class sizes,
diminishing mental health support,
and cuts to vital programs. The time is now. Use your voice, Minnesota.
Tell your legislators to fully fund our schools.
Neighbor, you switched to T-Mobile home internet yet?
Trim your hedge. It's $50 a month with no price hikes. Bam!
Son! It runs on T-Mobile's wireless 5G network. So all you gotta do is plug in one cord.
T-Mobile 5G home internet. Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no hidden fees.
I did it.
Oh!
I switched to T-Mobile Home Internet, and I am loving it.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Why didn't you tell me to switch earlier?
Coming up Monday on CBS 3 this morning, a look back at the commissioning ceremony for the USS Minneapolis St. Paul.
And following a cool, dry weekend, we are warming up into next week.
So wake with us on Monday, starting at 5 a.m.
Introducing the Smart Life mattress from King Coil. Only Smart Life has advanced algorithms and 80 smart cells that adjust with you to provide just the right level of support and comfort. So do the smart thing. Experience the Smart Life mattress today.
Less than a week after the horrific attack on black shoppers at a Buffalo, New York supermarket, the Department of Justice is highlighting new efforts to combat hate crimes. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
We need to fix this. As families and the community of East Buffalo grieve 10 black people killed in a racist supermarket massacre, Attorney General Merrick Garland laid out steps the Justice Department is taking to combat hate crimes.
Last weekend's attack was a painful reminder of the singular impact that hate crimes have not only on individuals, but on entire communities.
The Attorney General made his remarks on the one-year anniversary of the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act becoming law. It directs the Justice Department to expedite the review of hate crimes and give more guidance to state and local agencies so reporting hate crimes is easier.
We commit to using every resource of the Department of Justice to prevent these kinds of acts of hate.
New steps include the hiring of a DOJ language coordinator and a $10 million grant program to, in part, fund special hotlines to report hate crime incidents. The White House's domestic policy advisor, Susan Rice, told CBS News the first step is calling out hate and treating it with the seriousness it deserves.
We are actively pursuing making sure that, those that propagate hate are and those who act on that hate face consequences.
The president of the NAACP met with Attorney General Garland Friday. The NAACP has released its own response plan following the Buffalo massacre, calling on the Department of Justice and Federal Trade Commission to aggressively target misinformation and disinformation on social media platforms that recruit young people to spread hate. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Today, the Attorney General said the Department of Justice is investigating the Buffalo shooting as a hate crime.
On this Friday night, record high gas prices and record hot temperatures just as we approach the summer, and the shocking estimate about how much a gallon of gas could cost you in August. Plus, Secret Service scandal why 2 officers were sent home right after President Biden landed in South Korea. And CBS's Steve Hartman goes on the road with the story of one lucky cat. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Don't fall behind in your child's routine care. Schedule a well child check today. Same-day appointments are available. Visit EssentiaHealth.org.
Start your outdoor projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Refresh your deck with Pittsburgh Ultra Advanced Semi-Transparent Stain. It brings out the natural beauty of the wood while offering protection from the elements. A gallon is $29.98 after rebates. Grow a beautiful garden with Burpee seeds. Choose from over 400 varieties of flowers, vegetables, and herbs. All Burpee seed packets are 11% off. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Now you can bring gorgeous, fresh, organic vegetables to your table in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, go to gardenmats.com. Step 2, use our garden planner to lay out your entire garden in order. Within days, garden mats are delivered from our factory right to your door. Step 3, lay the mats down according to your design and plant. After that, spend your summer trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com today.
Rental cars are in high demand, but now there's another option. Rent a Toyota RAV4 or Sienna from Cary Toyota in Superior. Current models fill the rental fleet at competitive pricing. Rent for a single day or save with a weekly rental rate. Enjoy the reliability of Toyota on your next road trip. Unlimited mileage is automatically included when you rent at Cary Toyota in Superior. That's right, unlimited miles. You don't have to buy a new car to drive a new car. Call Cary Toyota in Superior to reserve your rental vehicle today. Voted best car dealer 22 times.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Friday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story. Today we were back up in International Falls as local students have joined in on the efforts to help the community fight against high floodwaters. Tomorrow, the National Guard will arrive in northern St. Louis County and Coochin County to aid in those sandbagging efforts, too. And Dave joins me here at the desk because not only is tomorrow the start of National Safe Boating Week, today is a special day, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wear your life jacket to work day. So we've worn ours. It is the kickoff to National Safe Boating Week, which is a big annual event put on by the Coast Guard Auxiliary and the U.S. Power Squadron, two of our region's premier boating safety organizations. The number one rule, staying safe on the water, is to wear one of these at all times.
Yes.
Don't hope to get it on in case of an accident, because when you're floundering in the water, or maybe you've been hit on the head, trying to find one in the dark and get it on to save your life is rather difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. And a very important reminder now as so many people hit the water during fishing season.
We're sure looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Dave. Well, that's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you at 6.